Yan, recorded. Okay, so time-dependent perturbation theory. Okay. So, of course, as in any other quantum physics na problem, ang starting point parati natin ay yung starting point natin, Schrödinger's equation. Okay, but this time we're going to use yung time-dependent na Schrödinger equation. Okay. Now, if you recall, of course, pag continuous yung anong tawag dito, yung Schrödinger equation, okay, and separable naman yung potential, we simply need to multiply yung time independent na wave function by the exponential which is dependent on time. So ibig ko sabihin, okay, yung time dependent na wave function is simply given by yung time independent na wave function multiplied by exponential I e t over h bar. Or, okay, since yung e over h bar is omega, so I omega t. Okay, where omega is equal to yung energy over yung uh, over h bar. Okay? So, okay. Now, typically, yung pinagkukuha, yung mga systems na nag-aano nito, na nag-involve ng ng time dependence ay anong tawag dito? Oscillatory systems. Okay, like transitions, okay, between energy levels. Okay, dati kasi, or at least sa Bohr model ng atom, sinasabi lang natin na pag tawag dito, pag nag-apply tayo ng perturbation, pwedeng umakyat yung pag nag-apply tayo ng, alam natin from 104 na pag nag-apply kayo ng light, for example, okay, ang mangyayari is pwedeng umakyat yung electron from from a lower state to the upper state as long as yung wavelength nung light na i-apply nyo ay magko-correspond dun sa energy difference nung dalawang states na yun. Okay? But it's something na hindi pa natin talaga tinakal because that is actually covered by time dependent perturbation theory. Meron kasing time dependence yung pag-stay nung isang electron sa isang particular state. Okay? From 104, alam ninyo na pag umakyat na yung electron sa upper state, it will remain there for a certain period of time and then magre-relax lang siya. Okay? Pero hindi siya nandoon all the time. Okay? Basta may short time na nandoon siya and then magre-relax siya. And once it relaxes, it produces a photon. Okay? So yun yung itatry natin na pag-aralan dito sa theory na ito. Okay, so syempre mag-start tayo sa since ganun yung natin, pag-aaralan natin, ang i-discuss natin dito ay mga two-level systems. Okay? So we have level A for example and level B. Okay, yung A ay nasa baba at yung B ay nandoon sa taas. Okay, sandali, siguraduhin ko lang. Okay, A, B. So yung Hamiltonian that describes o yung Schrödinger equation, okay, that describes yung behavior ng state sa level A is given by this. Okay, and then yung Schrödinger equation that describes yung state dun sa level B is also described by the same Schrödinger equation. Okay, and alam natin na itong mga wave functions na to ay orthonormal. Okay, and before, since hindi natin kino-consider yung time dependent, sinasabi lang natin na yung wave functions na to ay linear. Pag sinulat natin yung linearity, sinasabi lang natin na ganito lang siya. C1 psi A plus C2 psi B. But now we're going to add this parameter dun sa ating tawag dito wave function. Okay, itong parameter na to, okay, corresponds to t equals 0. Okay? So now ang gagawin natin is derive kung ano nangyayari sa wave function. Okay, and kung paano nag-arise yung transitions between these states. Okay, so yung time dependent the wave function, okay, is then given by C A psi A exponential negative I E A, yung energy nung particle dun sa state na sa state A, plus CB psi B exponential negative I E B, E sub B T over H bar. Okay. And yung probability, okay, na CA, okay, is the probability that the particle is in state A. Okay, and similarly, yung CB is yung probability na yung particle, okay. Oh, ngayon nagko-complain kayong mainit. State B. State B. Okay, and of course, dapat yung total probability ay equal sa 1. Now, in general, okay, in general, actually, dapat sinulat ko na kanina. Try ko na. Oops. Sulat ko na nga lang ulit. Yung time na nagte-take para i-edit ko yan eh. Ganun din yung time na ite-take para i-rewrite ko. So, CAT. Okay. Now, yung coefficients also has time dependence. Okay. Psi A exponential negative I E sub AT over H bar plus CB of T psi B exponential negative I E sub BT over H bar. So how do we describe yung transitions? Remember that CA at saka CB describes yung probability. Okay, amplitude sila, pero when you take the modulus squared, describe nila yung probability na yung particle na nasa state A at state B respectively. So at time, let's say na nandoon siya sa state A. Okay, so sure tayo na sa state A siya. So we say na at t equals 0, yung probability na makita niyo yung particle is equal to 1. And since wala siya sa state B, sa level B, 0 yung probability and 0 din yung amplitude. Okay. Now, after some time, okay, nandoon na siya sa B. So, yung probability na sa A siya is 0 and then yung probability na nasa tawag dito, B siya ay 1. So sinasabi natin since nalipat yung probability from state A to state B na mayroong transition mayroong transition from state A to state B. So this describes from A to B over time na T1. Okay, so ang task natin dito is to solve for to determine kung ano yung expressions for CA and CB. Okay, and once we determine yung expressions for CA and CB, ipapasok ulit natin yung expressions na yon dito sa ating wave function Okay, tawag dito determine kung paano nagbe-behave yung particle dun sa two-level system. Okay? Ano, Francine? Anong kinukulot ng noo mo dyan? Hindi niyo maintindihan ang handwriting ko? Alin dyan banda? Over T1. Over T1. Kasi di ba, T1 ito. T1. Tsaka T1. Okay na magsalita kasi kayo para ano. Sir, ang pangit ng sulat ninyo. Ano yan nakalagay dyan? I mean, di ba? Ginagawa niyo naman yung sa evaluation. Ba't hindi na lang harap-harapan? Di ba? Okay? Hindi naman ako na personal. So, yung goal nga natin is to determine yung coefficients. Okay? Now, paano nangyayari yung transitions? Kailangan merong mag-i-induce ng transitions. At yung mag-i-induce ng transition na yan ay yung perturbation. Okay? So now, we are going to introduce perturbation. Paano natin i-introduce yung perturbation? Before, sa lessons natin, anong ginagawa natin para introduce yung perturbation? Or paano natin ina-assign yung perturbation? Mainit ba? Nainitan na rin ako eh. Ito na ba yung pinakamababa? Ano, paano na tayo nag-introduce ng perturbation? Before, anong ginagawa natin? Ha? Mag-induce ng? Hindi, I mean, in general, sa isang expression. So, sa Schrodinger equation, paano tayo naglalagay ng perturbation doon? H prime. Okay. Dun sa ating Hamiltonian, lalagyan natin magdadagdag tayo ng ano. So, again, we have itong Schrodinger equation na ito. Okay, and dyan yung Schrodinger equation na yan. And yung perturbation, ayusin ko na ang sulat ko. Perturbation, okay, is introduced by adding H prime. And sinasabi natin na yung H prime na yan ay merong time dependence din. Okay, in general, meron siyang time dependence. Okay, so H naught is the Hamiltonian ng unperturbed state and then yung H prime ay yung Hamiltonian, okay, na may time dependence. Okay. Okay? O di alam niyo nang mangyayari sa sunod, di ba? Oo, i-introduce niyo na i-replace niyo yung H dun sa Schrodinger equation ng H naught plus H1, H prime of T. Okay, so pag ginawa natin yan, we'll get CA. Keep in mind na yung mga coefficients na to ay merong time dependence, okay? And pati yung H prime meron din time dependence. Okay, so CA H naught psi A, okay, exponential negative I EAT over H bar plus CB H naught psi B exponential negative I EB T over H bar. Okay, so yan pa lang yung unperturbed na Hamiltonian. Ngayon naman ay yung perturbed na Hamiltonian. So CA H prime psi A exponential negative I EAT over H bar plus CB H prime psi B exponential negative I BT over H bar. Ay. Okay, nilipat ko lang sa kabilang page. Okay, kasi left hand side pa lang yan, hindi pa yan ano. Okay, so yan yung left hand side ng Schrodinger equation. Okay, yung right-hand side ng Schrodinger equation is IH bar time first derivative ng wave function, okay, with respect to time. So yung wave function na ito na naka-highlight, kukunin natin yung derivative niyan, okay, with respect to time. Okay, everything is multiplied by IH bar. Okay, sigurahin ko na to para sa pag nire-review niyo yung notes ay walang confusion. Okay, so ano ang time dependent na ano dito? So again, everything is multiplied by IH bar. Okay, CA, okay, psi A, um, exponential negative I EAT over H bar. Ay, sorry. CA dot. Naintindihan niyo kung bakit may dot, no? Kasi, di ba, yung wave function nyo, yung CA is time dependent din. Tapos, so dalawa yung may time dependence dyan. Ito at saka ito. So mag-ano tayo? Derivative ng product. Okay? CA, okay. Plus CB dot psi B exponential negative I EB T over H bar. Okay. Plus CA psi A, and then yung coefficient ng exponential, coefficient ng time dun sa exponential, negative I EA over H bar, A times exponential negative I EA T over H bar, plus CB psi B, and then negative I EB over H bar, then exponential negative I EB T over H bar. Okay na? Ano? Okay? Okay. Merong miracle na mangyayari. Ito cancels with this one, and this one cancels with that one. Bakit? Shit, ang init talaga. Habang pinag-iisipan mo. Sino na may sigol? Hindi naman eh. Ano ba yun? Hatag ba talaga ako? Ay, hindi naman. Parang di ba? Maraming naman siya eh. Maraming ba? Ako. Talaga? Parang naman. Talaga yun. Kamu wala ka na ko. Ngayon, kasi binabakan sa 16. Pero kanina nung nasa gilid siya. Ay, ba't ganyan eh? Baba pala nito. Ay. Yan. Mas mataas para hindi na kayo ano. Meron ng idea kung bakit?
bar sa ilalim. Yung items time factor na 1. Tapos kasi yung each side is equal sa E.
Yung alin?
Yung H mo equal sa kaya cancel.
Bakit equal sa E yung H?
Hindi ba each side is equal sa isa?
Yun, tama. Yung perturbation, yung time independent perturbation na Hamiltonian is exactly the reason kung bakit siya magka-cancel. H naught psi is equal to IH bar partial with respect to T, okay, ng T, H. Pero, sorry, time independent nga eh. Kulit mo. So, E naught, okay, and then psi. Okay? Okay? So, okay, so because ayos, meron na kayo natututunan. Ha? Pero fundamental 'yun. Fundamental yun na reasoning. So, it's good. So, ano nang matitira dito ngayon? Ang mga matitira, kung mapapansin nyo, ay yung tawag dito, Hamiltonian, Hamiltonian corresponding to the perturbation. Okay? And yung time dependent na ang tawag dito, na coefficients. Okay? So, remember na ang goal dito is to determine yung CA at saka CB. So, gusto natin syempre i-isolate yung CA or yung CB. And how do we typically do that? Okay, so, meron na tayong expression na H prime psi A, di ba? And remember that we can write this as H prime psi A. Okay? Okay? So, what we can do, okay, kung gusto natin kunin yung CA is to take the inner product. Okay? In other words, multiply ko to by psi A. So, magiging psi A H bar. Okay, and I will do that for all terms. Okay, so in other words, itong ano na yan, okay, ay hindi ko i-multiply. So we take the inner product. With psi A. Okay, so yung first term will give us, okay, CA psi A H prime psi A. Okay, ito yung first term na yan. Okay, and then syempre yung exponential negative I EAT over H bar plus CB psi A H prime psi B exponential negative I EB T over H prime equals sa IH bar, okay, CA dot psi A exponential negative I EAT over H bar plus CB dot psi B exponential negative I E BT over H bar. Ay, meron akong maling ginawa. Kasi minumultiply nga natin, di ba? Sorry, ulitin natin. Minumultiply nga natin. So, psi A exponential negative I EAT over H bar. And CB dot psi A psi B exponential negative I EBT over H bar. Of course, from orthonormality, this is 0. And this one is equal to 1. So we end up with a shorter expression. Now, define muna natin ang H prime ij is equal to psi I h prime psi j. Okay, so para masulat natin yung CA as h prime h prime AA exponential negative I EAT over h prime. Okay, plus CB h prime AB exponential negative I EBT over h prime equals I h bar CA dots and then exponential negative I EAT over h bar. Okay? So, isolate CA dot. So we have CA dot equals syempre, multiply natin everything by, or divide natin by everything by IH bar, and multiply natin by exponential IEAT over H bar, and divide by IH bar. Negative I over H bar. CA H prime AA. Iniingatan mo ba yung pagsipsip mo dyan sa ano? Oo nga, kaya nga. Parang, oh, isang hirit lang, okay na. Oo, kasi yung long, yung marami na ano. Okay. B minus, EAP over H bar. Okay, now we can get CB dot, we can get CB if instead of taking yung inner product with psi A, we take the inner product with psi B. So take inner product with psi B. Okay, so hindi ko na i-derive. Now what we'll end up with is CB equals I H bar, and then we have CB HBB prime plus C A H prime BA, okay, exponential I EB minus EA T over H bar. Ah? Okay, so ngayon meron na tayong ano, expression for the so first order differential equation. Okay, where of course kailangan natin i-solve to determine yung ano, expression for CA and CB. Now, meron tayong idadagdag na simplification. Okay, from ano, problem 9.4 na i-discuss natin later. Yung diagonal matrix elements, okay, ng H prime, okay, ay typically zero. Okay? Pero in general, hindi yan zero. So from problem 9.4, H prime AA and H prime BB is equal to 0. So next week na natin i-discuss yun. Kasi gusto ko muna tapusin yung concepts bago tayo mag-solve ng tawag dito ng problems. Okay, so mas lalo pa masisimplify yung dalawa nating differential equations. So I over H bar, H AB prime exponential negative I omega not T and then multiplied by CB and then CB dot equals to negative I over H bar HBA prime exponential negative I omega not T then CA. Na kung saan yung omega not ay equal sa EB minus EA over H bar. Okay, here we assume that EB is greater than EA. Okay, and of course, yung omega naught dito is greater than or equal to 0. Okay na? Sunod, medyo ano naman, straightforward naman yung math. Kahit pa paano. Okay. So, yan yung ating working equations. Let's tawag dito. Let's try to see how we apply this dun sa ating two-level system and solve for CA and CB. Okay. Hindi pa natin binanggit kung ano yung kung gaano kalaki yung perturbation. Dati tayong ginawang ganung klaseng assumption. Pero ngayon, i-assume natin na yung perturbation is small. Okay? So we assume that H prime is small. Okay? Para makapag-approximate tayo ng solutions dun sa CA at saka sa CB. Okay, so tulad nung sinabi natin, tulad nung sinulat natin kanina, ang ating initial condition is that CA of 0 is equal to 1 and yung CB at T equals 0 is equal to 0. So yung probability na makita niyo yung particle at T equals 0 ay nandoon sa level A, okay, at wala sa level B. Okay, and of course, pag walang perturbation, ganyan lang siya, di ba? Hindi siya angat. So that's why we add perturbation. Okay, para mas masaya. Okay? So ang gagawin natin is sige. Okay. Tinitignan ko lang kung ano. CA. Okay, so yung zeroth order na approximation natin Okay, we can write CA. Ano ibig sabihin ng super? Dali ah. Okay, okay. CA 0. Okay, at T is equal to 1. Okay, and then CB 0. T is equal to 0. Okay, yung superscript dyan describes yung zeroth order. Okay, now to get yung first order approximation, okay, insert natin tong values on the right side. Okay, dun sa ating differential equation. Ito. Insert natin yung values na yan on the right side. So, CA of T is equal to 1. So, yan, equal to 1. At yung CB, T is equal to 0. So, what we get is CA dot is equal to 0 and or dCA dt is equal to 0. And then, which means na ang implication yan is CA of T, okay, sa first order approximation ay equal sa 1. Okay, and then yung CB dot, okay, ay equal sa negative I h bar h prime dA exponential negative I omega t. So, negative I over h bar h prime dA exponential negative I omega naught t. Okay, and remember this is dCB dt. So this gives us CB of t equal to negative I over h bar and then integral from 0 to t ng HBA prime exponential negative I omega naught t prime dt prime. Yung Hamiltonian of course ay merong time dependence. CB1, first order approximation. Now to get yung second order approximation, again, itong yung first order expressions na yan ay ipa-plug in natin dito sa dalawang equations na ito. Okay? To get CB na second order. At CA and CB ng second order. Okay. So, yung first na equation will give us dCA dt equals sa negative I over h bar HAB prime exponential negative I omega naught t. Okay, and then, di ba CB yung ilalagay natin doon. Pero yung CB sa first order approximation ay negative I over h bar integral from 0 to t ng HBA prime t prime exponential negative I omega naught t prime dt t prime. Okay, which means na ang second order approximation ng CA with respect to time ay 1 Okay, minus 1 over h bar squared, okay, integral from 0 to t ng HAB prime t prime exponential negative I omega naught t multiplied by integral from 0 to t prime, okay, ng HBA t double prime exponential negative I omega naught t double prime dt double prime. Then dt. Tapos, yung CB of t, second order, is just equal to CB of t ng first order. Okay. Okay, now, yan na yung work equation natin. Pero, wala tayong magagawa dyan at this point kasi hindi naman natin alam kung ano yung perturbation, ba? So to solve this, okay, kailangan maglagay tayo ng ano ng perturbation. Okay. Now, let's say na yung perturbation ay merong sinusoidal na time dependence. Okay? So H prime R of t ay equals sa V of R cosine omega t. Okay, so in other words, HAB prime ay equals sa VAB cosine omega t. Kung saan yung VAB ay equals sa psi A V psi B. Okay, now ipasok natin to dun sa CB of T, na first order approximation. Saan na yun? Dito. Yan. Okay, sa first order approximation ng CB of T. Diyan natin siya insert. Okay, tapos, anong ibibigay sa atin yan? CB first order approximation. T. So we get CB of T equals sa I negative I over H bar VBA integral from 0 to t ng cosine omega t prime exponential negative I omega naught. Positive ba yun? Oo nga, positive nga. Sorry. Positive. BCB. Okay lang, lalagyan naman natin ng plus sign dyan. Okay, so positive I omega t prime dt prime. Okay? Tapos gagamitin natin yung property ng cosine and convert it to exponential. So CB of t is equal to negative I over h bar. And then VA, so integral from 0 to t ng exponential omega t prime plus exponential omega negative omega t prime over 2. Yan yung cosine. And then exponential I omega naught t prime dt prime. Okay, so we'll have two terms, negative I over h bar VBA, okay, integral from 0 to t ng exponential I omega naught plus omega t prime, okay, okay, over 2 plus exponential I omega naught minus omega t prime, then dt prime. Yan, straightforward naman yung isolve. Okay. And yung solution dyan is negative V BA over 2h bar exponential I omega naught plus omega t minus 1, okay, over omega naught plus omega plus exponential I omega naught minus omega t minus 1 over omega naught minus omega. Okay, after evaluating yung limits of integration. Cumbersome. Alam niyo ba ibig sabihin ng cumbersome? Cumbersome. Ha? Oo nga. Hindi lang gulay. Some gulay, di ba? Gusto niyo nang matapos yung SEM, no? Okay. So, syempre, in the words of the book, this is a bit cumbersome to work with. Hindi kasi paano nyo may describe yung system sa ganyang klaseng di ba? Sa ganyang klaseng expression, right? Tawag dito and syempre hindi ka naman pwede pumili lang ng kahit anong tawag dito frequency lang, angular frequency. So you have to work with a frequency na medyo reasonable. Okay, now so ang gagamitin nyo dito is yung omega naught dito, yun yung transition frequency. So you want to work at that frequency. So how do you simplify things para nandoon kayo sa frequency na yun? Okay, so ang idea is omega naught plus, you set omega naught plus omega much greater than omega naught minus omega. Okay? Anong implication nito? Anong implication nito? Tingin niyo. I mean, with this expression, paano siya nalilimit dun sa ano lang? Masyado na ba malamig o masakit na yung kamay mo talaga? Kala ko nilalamig na yung kamay mo. So, paano siya nalilimit dun sa omega naught? In that case. Pag sa ganitong expression. Ano ba yung meaning ng mga ano na to, ng mga ang tawag dito? Ng mga tawag dito? Ng mga omega na to. Okay, sige, balikan natin ha. Okay, ito yung ating perturbation. Okay, yung perturbation is omega. Okay? Now, ano yung omega naught? Yung omega is the transition frequency. In other words, it describes yung frequency corresponding dun sa energy between the two states. Okay? So you want the perturbation to be close to yung transition frequency. Otherwise, okay, hindi siya mag-work. Of course, if omega naught minus omega, ibig sabihin nun yung omega naught minus kung ano man yung transition frequency, okay, is small, okay? Okay, kumpara sa omega naught, yung transition frequency, plus yung perturbation, okay, is large. Anong ini-imply nun? Anong ini-imply nun? Sige. So, may corresponding na energy yan, di ba? Ang energy niyan is h bar omega naught. Okay? Ngayon, meron kayong perturbation. Okay, itong energy ng perturbation is h bar omega. So you want the difference in energies to be very small. Di ba? Gusto nyo na h bar omega is equal to h bar omega naught. So yung right-hand side, gusto nyo na maliit talaga. Okay? Such that it's much, much smaller than yung sum ng energies nila. Okay? Kasi pag sinam mo yung energies ng dalawa, sobrang masyado siyang malaki at magiging negligible ngayon yung difference ng energies ng dalawa. Okay? Which means, yun nga, ang implication nun is malapit lang yung perturbation frequency with the transition frequency. And in that case, ano yung mawawala dito sa expression na ito? Yung first term or yung last term? Siyempre, ang dali-dali yung basahin na yung first term, di ba? Pero naintindihan niyo ba kung bakit yung first term yung mawawala? Kasi nga, ito ay masyadong malaki. Ito ngayon ay it. Diba? Ito naman masyadong maliit. Ito, malaki. Okay, so mawawala ngayon yung term na yan. Okay, so CB of T is equal to negative VBA over 2H bar. Okay, at equal ngayon yan sa exponential I omega naught minus omega T tama. Omega T over minus 1 over all over omega naught minus omega. So tama yan. Okay. Now I'm going to factor out exponential negative I omega naught minus omega T over 2. Okay, so mangyayari CBT equals to negative VB A over 2H bar. So pag finactor out ko yung exponential I, omega naught minus omega t over 2 over omega naught minus omega, I'll end up with exponential I omega naught minus omega t over 2 minus exponential negative I omega naught minus omega t over 2. Okay lang? May sense ba yan? And if I divide this by 2i, and syempre mag-multiply ako ng 2i dyan, I get CBT equals negative I BBA over H bar. Tapos this will become, yung term na nasa brackets ay sine omega naught minus omega over 2, all over. Okay. Omega naught minus omega. That's exponential I omega naught minus omega t over. Okay, so meron na tayong expression for the probability. Okay? For the probability amplitude sa state B. Now, to get the actual probability, syempre kukunin natin yung modulus. So, nangyari dun? Ay. CB of t, kukunin natin yung modulus squared yan. So, to get yung probability, okay, of t equal to CBT squared equals VAB squared over H bar squared. Okay, and remember now when you take the modulus squared, so you want yung first term mo is I, yung second term mo is negative I, di ba? So kaya mawawala yung negative I sa harap, and yung exponential is exponential I, then yung pangalawa is exponential negative I. Okay, so ang matitira is sine squared omega naught minus omega t over 2, okay, all over omega naught minus omega squared. Okay, now since this is the probability na makita yung particle sa B, so this is the probability ng transition from A to B. Okay, so ibig sabihin, as long as there's perturbation, merong ang tawag dito, merong transition na nangyayari between A and B. And kung titignan ninyo, yung transition na yan ay sinusoidal. Okay? Sige. Sorry, medyo mabagal yung pag airdrop. So dito na lang tayo. Okay, so if you graph yung transition probability niyan as a function of time, okay, this is what you'll get. Okay, so as long as the perturbation is applied, okay, ang mangyayari is magta-transition siya from A to B, and then back to A, and then back to B. Okay, in a sinusoidally varying na behavior. Okay, kailan siya nasa state A? Dito sa mga frequencies na yan. 2 pi over omega naught. Okay, tawag dito. Minus omega, 4 pi, omega naught minus omega, and 6 pi, omega naught minus omega. So, nandun siya sa mga frequencies na ito. Nandun, 2n pi over omega naught minus omega. Okay? So, Tn is equal to 2n pi, okay, omega naught minus omega. Lalagay ko lang dito para sa notes ninyo ay present siya. So, n is equal to 1, 2, 3, and so on and so forth. Okay? So, it drops back to 0, or in other words, yung probability na nandun siya sa B, okay, is 0 at these specific na times. Okay, what if you graph naman yung yung probability as a function of omega, okay, hindi time, then you get this wave function. Okay, so what does this tell us? Okay, it tells us na pag yung angular frequency ay equal sa omega, then yung probability is maximum. Okay, which is yun naman talaga yung expect natin. So if you apply perturbation, okay, na tawag dito, na ang frequency ng perturbation is omega, then it matches exactly yung transition probability. Then you get the transition from A to B. Okay, pero kung i-move mo lang slightly, okay, yung angular frequency above or below, okay, then the probability decreases. Now, yung na to, yung expression na to na derive natin, okay, this gives us yung graph na to, but this graph does not actually describe kung ano yung tunay na nangyayari. Okay, bakit? Kasi we made the assumption na omega naught plus omega is very much greater than absolute value ng omega naught minus omega. So, if the difference ng omega at ng omega naught is small, okay, ibig sabihin nandito lang siya. Siyempre, pag tinakpan ko. Nandito lang siya sa area na yan. Kahit gamitin ko to, di ba? Nandito lang siya sa area na to. Yan. Okay. Pero anything above, okay, becomes, parang hindi na siya, magde-deviate na siya from kung ano yung tunay nangyayari. Kasi we made nga yung mga assumptions na yan. Okay? Okay. Hindi makikita yung discussion na yun sa 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 video kasi at ito yung screen na inaano ko na sinishare ko. So nung nilipat ko doon, hindi siya nalipat. Okay? Ano, Jero? Anong problema? Ha? Bago? So anong bago dyan? Chapter 11 siya sana. Amin nadagdag ng 2 chapters. Okay. Okay na? Now, yung perturbation, anong form ng perturbation? Nalala niyo ba? Ang form ng perturbation ay cosine omega t. Sinusoidal, ba? Cosine omega t. Right? Tama? Diyan tayo nag-start. Okay. So, saan natin makikita ngayon sa tunay na buhay yan? Okay. If we have an electric field, oh shit, 172. Or ano ba kayo ngayon? 175 na pala kayo. Or E naught cosine omega t k hat. Naku, may unit vector pa na k hat. Saan kayo nakakita ng electric field na ganyan? So pag directed yung electric field sa k hat, at nagbabari yung electric field. Ibig sabihin, may effect sa magnetic field. So nagbabari din yung magnetic field at nasa y-hat siya. Okay? Anong klaseng system yung may ganong klaseng behavior? Which is light. Diba? Okay, so it's sufficient to describe yung isang, when you describe light, it's sufficient to describe yung isang component. Okay, and typically yung electric field yung discuss mo. So, ano ang Hamiltonian? How do we introduce yung Hamiltonian with this ano? Yung perturbation. Okay, so we do this Q naught E Z cosine omega omega t. So yan yung ating Hamiltonian ngayon na kung saan H prime BA, okay, kung i-translate natin sa ano sa tawag dito sa equations na ginagamit natin. Now sa book, shit, ano tong letter na to? Hindi ko naintindihan. Ganun din ba yung letter? Letter P na maarte, no? Ayoko ilagay na letter P kasi ayoko ma-confuse with ano with hindi momentum. With ano nga? May P sa ano may P sa electromagnetism eh. Polarization. So hindi, polarization ba siya? Anyway. Anong gagamitin ko dito? Alpha na lang. Negative alpha E naught cosine omega t. Okay, na kung saan yung alpha is Q times psi B Z psi A. Okay? Okay, so you have an electromagnetic line. Okay, so this is your VBA. Yan. Yan yung VBA ninyo. Okay? Okay? Kasama yung negative sign. Yan yung VBA niyo. Okay? I mean, if you compare that expression with this, saan na yun? Okay, with this, yan. Diba? So yung VAB nyo or yung VBA nyo is yung negative alpha E naught. So now we can use yung na-derive natin expression for the probability PAB of T is equal to alpha E naught over H bar squared and then sine squared ng omega naught minus omega T over 2 all over omega naught minus omega squared. Okay, so this is a transition from A to B. And your probability ng transition na yan is described by this expression. So this is a transition from A to B. So in other words, yung perturbation nyo which is light, okay, ay merong frequency na omega, okay, which matches yung omega naught. Okay? At ang mangyayari dyan, okay, magkakaroon ka ng transition from A to B. So yung process na to ay tinatawag na absorption. Okay, now, ano naman ang probability na bababa siya? Okay, so PBA of T, okay, anong probability dyan? Okay, you'll end up, well, pwede nyo i-derive actually, pero you'll end up with the same expression as this one. Okay? Syempre, ang papalitan nyo lang is yung omega, gagawin nyo lang omega na. Okay? To describe yun nga, yung pagbaba niya. Okay? Now, ano nito? Anong implication nito? So, ang implication nito, of course, is, okay, so, ang sinasabi dito is, anong probability na bababa siya? So, from B to A, okay, okay, ang mangyayari dito is, syempre mag-i-emit siya ng photon. Okay, pag bumaba siya. And yung probability is described by the same expression as this one. Okay, which of course you can also derive. Okay, pero walang ano yan, walang tawag dito, walang pinagkaiba. Now, ito yung ano diyan, ito yung clincher. So, pwede pala kayong magkaroon ng ano, pwede kayong mag-produce ng photon, okay? Simply by tawag dito, waiting for an electron sa higher state going to the lower state. Okay? And kung marami kang photon, okay, sa B, okay, you can actually amplify yung mga may-emit yung anong tawag dito? May-emit yung photons. Okay? Pag bumaba na yung electrons from B to A. Okay? Paano siya mangyayari? It's not, of course, it's mathematically reasonable na pareho lang yung P from A to B at saka P from probability from B to A. But it's also tawag dito ano bang magandang term doon? I mean, maganda rin siya, nag-equal sila. Kasi, ang sinasabi nito is, kung merong photon, okay, kung marami akong electrons dito, yan, okay, marami akong electrons dyan. Okay, kung may isang electron na bumaba, at it emits a photon, okay, I can push yung ibang electron na bumaba din to emit another photon. Okay, so I have one transition, but then I get two photons. And if I populate this, oops, and if I populate that with lots of electrons, I can get lots of photons then, okay, simply by adding just one perturbation. Okay, isang perturbation lang. So ganito mangyayari. I-populate niyo muna yung B ng electrons. Okay? Mag-introduce lang ako ng isang perturbation. Yung electron na nasa A, angat siya. Okay? And then, bababa na. Emit ng photon, bababa yung ibang mga electrons. Okay? So, ang nangyayari doon is, yung emission is stimulated. So, ang tawag dyan ay stimulated emission. So, yung pag-emit ng photon ay dahil nga na-stimulate siya dun sa so may amplification na nangyayari. Okay? So, ang process na to is simulated tawag dito emission. Okay, and yung buong ano na to, yung lahat ng nangyayari na to ay tinatawag na, so ang nangyayari is nagkakaroon ka ng light amplification, ano? So, it's light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. Okay? Or, ito yung tinatawag natin na laser. Sorry. Talagang naawa ko kay Francine eh. Laser. Pupunot talaga ang noon niya sa handwriting ko eh. Yes.
Di ba, ang electron dumaan, kahit nag-absorb siya ng light, tapos bumaba siya, pag-gamit naman siya ng light.
Yeah.
Bakit mo bababa yung pangalawa at para pag-electron?
Kasi yun,
B to T.
yeah, yun nga yung ano doon eh, yun nga yung idea doon eh. Parang dahil sa presence ng isa pang electron na dahil bumaba yung isa pang electron, nasi-stimulate ulit yung ibang electron na bumaba. So in the process, parang imbis na kasi ang third na process diyan is yung spontaneous emission. Okay? So ang spontaneous emission is that nandiyan lang yung electron, chillax lang siya hanggang sa okay na ako, gusto ko na umuwi. So bababa na siya. And then saka siya So ito ay spontaneous na emission. Okay, yan yung isa sa mga typical na nangyayari. But you can stimulate yung emission by doing this process. Okay, so naintindihan ko na tawag dito, if the energy level above were the same, pwede namang umangat yung electron. Pero for example sa harmonic oscillator na kung saan yung energy levels ay posibleng hindi pare-pareho yung level, hindi makakaangat yung electron kasi kulang siya ng energy, di ba? So mangyayari is masistimulate niya yung ibang electrons sa mundo. Okay? Yeah, so that's how lasers are created. Okay? Okay, so we'll stop there. Okay, and